Well, Jason Page is back in the news again. This time, he's responding to all the criticism he's getting. So, for context, if you guys were wondering, Jason Page is the person who sung the Pokemon theme song, the original one. He basically scammed some kids out of an $150 card. If you guys want to know more about the situation, watch my previous video. But yeah, he made a response to this situation, and I just wanted to go over it with you guys.
Hello, Internet. I've seen what's circulating, a video of a vendor's reaction to a trade I made with kids back in March, claiming that I'm a con man who scammed them with a fake card. I want to address this directly. I understand your anger when seeing and hearing all of this. The instinct to protect a kid is the right instinct. I'd have the same reaction if I heard that kids were getting scammed. But here's what the vendor's video didn't show you. The truth is that the trade we made was absolutely fair and in their favor. I'm not saying this to dodge responsibility for how it looks and how it was presented. The full story is just different from what it appears to be.
Before he goes on this little tangent of his, I want to just say it wasn't a fair trade. Just from my perspective, the trade was not fair. If you are trading a fake card for a real card, the trade is not fair. It doesn't matter if it's bejeweled in gold. It doesn't matter if it's fully diamond. Well, I mean, at that point, I guess it does, you know. But either way, my point still stands. You cannot trade fake cards for real cards. And I think that's just my philosophy on things. When you have someone who's as tenured of an age as Jason Page, and you understand the value of things, you cannot say that the value of your card is more or even equal to the Gengar, because the Gengar card is worth $150. A fake card is fake. Like, I don't understand.
In terms of playing costs, not potential market value, which could be significantly higher. This card is a Pop 1 autographed, inscribed, graded AGS 10 company custom promo card. They don't sell these. It's a limited item. The vendor claims that it's a fake card, but it's clearly a promo card indicated by their logo on the back. And there's a market for promo cards. Many vendors, including myself, carry and sell signed, graded, authenticated promo cards. I've been selling them for years at all my events. AGS, for those of you who don't know it, is the third largest grading company by volume right now behind PSA and CGC.
Okay, so right here he says that he's been selling these cards for years and he hasn't had a problem with it. But brother, I have a problem with it. I don't think you should be allowed to sell fake cards at your table. I think the fact that he's even selling fake cards is insane. He calls them promo cards because AGS can grade them. But if you sent that to PSA, would PSA grade it? If you sent that to CGC, would CGC grade that promo card? Or would they deem it as a fake? I think they would deem it as a fake. And I really hate it. I hate how AGS is actually slabbing these fake cards. It's like they mean to deceive people. You know? Like, because no one's going to rebuy that. People are going to rebuy a Gengar, but not people aren't going to buy an autograph of Jason Page. Well, it's more likely for someone to buy a Gengar than an autograph of Jason Page, is basically what I'm saying.
They give out these promo cards and they're limited, so there's a small resale value, probably $5, though some graded, authenticated with autographs can sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars. The custom promo AGS card that I had previously autographed and inscribed, which are two different things. Here is my price list. I post this at all of the shows for the past 3 years. This is what it's been. At the top here is the base price of the two versions of my signature. The one on the AGS card was the $100 full autograph. There was an inscription from me on that card, which I charged $25 for. After I signed it, the card was then graded by AGS. The service itself costs about $18 plus shipping. People spend money on grading because it had significant value to a card. So $5 card, $125 autograph and inscription. $18 grading costs were at $148 plus whatever the shipping costs might be for you. It was graded a 10 out of 10. The higher the grade, the higher the value, which gives it a more inherent value to a collector. But let's just stick with the pure costs that were calculated. About $150.
So he says here about $150 total cost, and I have no problem with that. I have no problem if he wants to price his signature at $1,000, $500, $2,000. I really do not care. The point is, he traded that for a real card. That's the problem. I don't know why he can't see that. Like, the price of your signature doesn't mean anything. The price of your signature doesn't mean squat. All right. Your signature is basically just shit in the wind, or a fart in the wind. All right, that's what your signature is. Your signature on a card actually ruins the card, I would say. Your signature does not equal the value of a fossil Japanese Gengar card. So basically what he's doing is he's putting his own market value on his signature. He's saying his signature is $100. But the thing is, not everyone's going to buy his signature for $100. People would buy a Gengar card for $150. That's the problem I have with this.
Is the card the kids traded with me. There's a video of the kids holding up this exact card. You can't see it very clearly, but here's a screenshot of that video. I'm cropping out the kids' faces from the vendor's video, and we're protecting them. The vendor is also posting a screenshot of a Gengar card in his video, but it's not the photo of this actual card we traded. It's just something he grabbed from somewhere else. In the card world, the condition of a card determines its value above almost everything else. The kids were told by this vendor that this card was worth $150. Now, let me show you this card. This is an ungraded Gengar Japanese fossil. At first glance, the condition looks like a heavily played HP at best, clearly. But when you zoom in, you can see the ding here, the scratch there. There's scratches everywhere. Another ding over there. The top of the card, the foil is sticking out almost on all of the edges of the card. There's a whole bunch of scrapes on the bottom. This thing is scraped more than any other Gengar that I have seen online in the sold items. This could be labeled damaged, as there are some like this on TCG Player and eBay. The vendor told them that their two cards were worth $77, so it was traded for $77 of value, but the vendor states it's worth $150. Well, based on TCG Player and eBay recent sales, that's just not true. The actual market value for this card in HP condition might be about $75. And here's how I arrived at that. You can see the TCG Player and eBay sales listings. You can see that if you zoomed in on all of the cards, there's absolutely no card in any of these sold items that's even scratched as much as this is.
You traded a fake card for a real card. I think that's what everyone is pissed off at you about. No one really cares about how the Gengar looks. All that's really known is that some kids had a real card and they traded it for a fake one that was signed, which should have what? How much value? Zero value, by the way, guys. Do not buy. If you're gonna buy a signature card, actually meet the person and then have them sign a card. That's what I did with my Gengar card, actually. Let me show you guys. And Jason Page's autograph is not even fucking good. It's not even good. Look at this autograph. You see Mark's autograph for my Gengar card? This is the voice actor for Gengar. But do you see his autograph for my card? That's an autograph. And how much do you have to pay for an autograph for Jason Page? What, $100 for a clean one? Which is probably the most bullshit thing I've ever seen in my life. A faded signature for $50, but a real line in one that like looks clean for $100 is actually bullshit. In all, I really don't think the wear really matters in this situation. You have people that are getting really mad at you for scamming kids, and your first reaction is to show the wear of the card, to show them that it's not actually the price that it is. But people already think that your signature is worth like $5. So it doesn't matter if the card's $70, $30, it doesn't matter if the card is $150. If you're trading away a real card for a fake card, it's a 30 to 0 value. It's a 70 to 0 value. It's 150 to 0 value. You're not getting any value out of the fake card because it is a fake card. He had to have sold the card in some way. He had to have been a salesman in some way. That's how I see it. He had to have been a salesman in some way to sell his stupid signature card for the Gengar card.
So we just calculated the cost value of the promo card I traded to be about $150, and the market value of this Gengar at the very high end appears to be about $75. I don't want to make this about myself, but those who know my history know that I've been on the side of feeling taken advantage of before in my career, and it shapes how I think about fairness and transparency and kindness. Deliberately shortchanging anyone, especially children, goes against everything that I stand for and create in my personal life and my professional life. I know exactly what it feels like to be on the other side of that, and I would never do that, especially to children.
This is gonna sound funny, but you gotta stick with me. He's just delusional. He is delusional. He thinks in his heart of hearts, in his whole heart of hearts, that his signature is actually worth $100. I paid $40 for mine. 40 for mine. He thinks his signature is worth $100. That's all great. That's all fine and great. But the world doesn't see your signature as $100. A lot of the world sees your signature as $5. Probably $10. Slap that on a fake card and I'd say that makes it worse. I hate how he's calling them promo cards because they weren't released by the Pokemon Company. So those cards that the card that he traded away for the Gengar card weren't released by the Pokemon Company. They're not an official Pokemon licensed product. But AGS decides to grade them anyway. And he's allowed to put his signature on there, and he's allowed to scam kids out of real cards. And he says at the end, taking advantage of kids is something I don't like or whatever. And it's so hypocritical. If everything you stand for is kindness and inclusiveness and not scamming people, then why do you have your fake cards out for sale? And why are you offering them for trade? And why are you trading them to kids? So he just decides to make up his own magical value on a fake card with a signature on it and say, hey, I'll trade you this card that is actually worth like $5, and I'll trade it to you for a Gengar card worth $70. This whole situation is just so annoying. I hate seeing people get ripped off. I don't like seeing people get jostled around. But Jason Page likes to do it. And as he said, he's been doing it for a long time. He's been selling these fake cards for a good bit of time. And honestly, I really don't think fake cards should be allowed at Pokemon shows. Like, I feel like fake cards, even if they are graded in a slab, shouldn't be out there. Dude, like I think the most insane thing about this is that he doesn't say it's a fake card. He says it's a promo card. You gotta know that this video is just not it. You have to know that. You know, hopefully if he sees this video, hopefully it triggers something in his mind to be like, hey, you know, this actually is a fake card, and I have to realize that. And I have to realize that my signature is not worth $100, even though some people may pay for it. You can go up to a booth and get $70 for that Gengar card every day, but can you go up to any booth and get $150 for your graded signature card? Probably not. And that is probably the top reason why I think that this situation is just bullshit. But anyways, guys, I'll chat to you guys later, and I will and have a good day, lads.